What players do you think need to step it up on defense tomorrow to win this game against the Green Bay Packers?
My first one is the other guy. The other guy on the defensive line, the opposite of Aiden Hutchinson, whoever that is, whether it's Romeo Okwara, whether it's Charles Harris, whether it's Josh Pascal, whoever's lining up on the other side has to do something. You got to get in there. You got to help him out. You got to get to the quarterback. You need to get Jordan Love on the ground. I need to see it. I can't have this be a game where Jordan Love doesn't get sacked. So the other guy, opposite of Aiden Hutchinson, needs to step up big for this Lions team if they want to go out there, because it is, I've been hard on Aiden. I loved what he did in the Bears game. I expect that. I expect numbers. I expect results when you get to the quarterback if you are the number 2 pick in the draft. If you are a guy who's fighting for a top 10 edge rusher in the NFL, you need to get to the quarterback. You need to sack them. But we've also been in the camp of the man needs help. So someone on the other side, whoever it is, I know Romeo's looked bad. I know Charles Harris has looked bad. Give Julian Okwara more snaps. Give somebody out there who can do something, who can get to the quarterback and get them on the ground.
I like that answer. For me, somebody I think is going to step up for the Detroit Lions tomorrow. Someone who we went here week 4 and told you he has an ownership stake in the team. That is Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson owns the Green Bay Packers. It's crazy to say historically and then just his sophomore year. But in the 3 games he played against the Green Bay Packers, he's had 3.5 sacks to walk away with. 1 interception and a couple TFLs as well. He's also 3-0 against the Green Bay Packers. And last time the Detroit Lions played him, you want to talk about the other guys, Aiden was dominant. And he did such a great job that they cashed in 5 sacks. Aiden had 1 of those, and the 4 were distributed amongst the defensive line. Mm-hmm. I think Anzalone got 1 too. But I think Aiden Hutchinson, I think he's going to be a key contributor to the Detroit Lions winning a game tomorrow on national television in front of everybody and not having a choke job. I'm not going to call it a choke job because ultimately they ended up winning. But I want him to start off the game kind of like they did against the Green Bay Packers. But who's player number 2 on the defense for you?
Alex Anzalone. I'm a fan of Anzalone. Like, the guy's got to go out there and keep doing what he's been doing all year. Be that rock. Be that guy in the middle of the field that's not letting people get by. Go out there, have a crazy game, fly sideline to sideline. Make sure nobody in that backfield's going to hurt you. Make sure nobody in that backfield's going to break out, make something happen. Alex Anzalone's been great all year. I definitely expect him to see it, or I definitely expect to see him do it again this year, or this week, especially against the Packers. I think Anzalone's going to go out there and have a great game, and that's what he needs to do, because the Packers are going to attack this Lions team with guys coming out of the backfield. We talked to Brett yesterday about it, or Pete, and he said maybe Jaden Reed. They all look the same. All those Wisconsinites look the same. Maybe it's Jaden Reed out of the backfield. Maybe it's different people out of the backfield. A.J. Dillon's playing great ball, so we need Alex Anzalone to step up. Make sure the run game doesn't get started. Make sure the run game doesn't get started so you force Jordan Love to beat you.
I was watching a little bit of tape last night, and shout out to the guy Russ who cuts up tape from the Detroit Lions games and posts on Twitter with some takeaways on them. But a lot of the Alex Anzalone plays is from the defensive line plays, stuff in the holes, and he's just doing what linebackers supposed to do, scraping up. But it's this year and a little bit last year too. I even go back to last year for Alex Anzalone. He's gone like a step beyond that, and he's playing the pass well too. I mean, it was reported he was talking. I think by him, he was talking a lot of shit to Justin Fields, like why are you throwing the ball to my guy? Like, he's not open. Like, what are we doing here? You disrespected me. But he's cashed in that shit talk. Alex Anzalone's having a phenomenal year to the point where you want to talk about top 10 guys in defense. I think he'd be candidate number 1.
He is.
As crazy as it sounds, knowing that where he was in 2021 to like 2023, him being considered a top 10 linebacker in the league is insane. But he's put on that type of performance. And speaking of the Green Bay Packers matchup, like you said, I think he was the one that tipped the ball for Jerry Jacobs' first interception. And Alex Anzalone's been phenomenal. I think guy number 2 for me is the other guy that you're referring to, and a guy I know you love already, Lee McNeil. And this is, I don't want anyone to like take this segment as calling players out. It's more so these are guys that I think are going to be key contributors in a win. In a dub tomorrow. And Lee McNeil comes in at
guys we think are going to step up.
Exactly. Lee McNeil cashes in at number 2 for me. Lee McNeil, 5 sacks in the season right now. And I know, obviously, we did like sack numbers yesterday. I mean, we all looked at him yesterday to make a case for Aiden or not to be top 10. But 5 is just a half sack off of where Aiden is right now. And he's doing that from the interior defensive line, something that hasn't been done for the Detroit Lions since the Ndamukong Suh. Now, I'm in no means calling this man a Ndamukong Suh. But I want to give him his praise and credit because, especially as of late, going on from the Raiders game, we cashed in 2 of them, to last week we got 1 of them. Hey, by the way, shout out to Russ again. Hit some film. We hit a no-look no-look swing over a guard that landed him some pressure. Ali McNeil at 5 sacks so far this year. This is his career high. And it's still 7 games to go.
Yeah.
The man cashed in on 22 pounds in the offseason, put away a couple burgers and whatever else he was eating, wanted to lose weight for this very reason, become a better rusher of the passer. And he's proven just that. And like, I know we've been kind of harsh on the other guy, as you said, because they haven't been there, consistently at least. Maybe for like the more like pocket guys, but never like these mobile guys that can't seem to get them down or even get enough pressure. No, they're just mobile. They do what they got to do. But I can't wait. Just recognizing that in Ali McNeil, what he's been bringing, and I believe it's been more consistent as of late too, when James Houston gets back. Now I'm looking more forward to James Houston getting back, just recognizing what Alim's been able to do. On top of like Hutch is going to get his too. But a lot of times too, if Hutch is going to apply that pressure, you watch these other games with these other elite edge rushers or just other teams in general, there's somebody else there to like run the quarterback into. And then these flusher has nowhere to go. Like we need that other guy to step up. I think Alim's coming along. I think he's going to be huge in this game. Also had a sack, one of those 5 sacks against the Green Bay Packers in week 4.
Yeah, Alim's been playing great. He's had a great year so far. And like you said, he dropped that weight for this reason specifically. He dropped that weight to go out there and be a better pass rusher, be a better guy on the interior to get after the quarterback. And he's done it. 5 sacks is the most an interior defensive lineman has had since Sue, like you said. And that kind of pressure, that kind of person there is very important to a pass rush, because the pressure up the middle is what causes the quarterback to run out of the pocket more. And when you run out of the pocket more, what happens normally? You run into the arms of an edge rusher. You run into the arms of an Aiden Hutchinson. So I think Ali McNeil will step up again. He's been having a great year so far, and I think he'll continue it.
Chris, JB, do you guys have anybody you want to add on the list, or what do you think of the names we had? Do you think the key contributors on the defense for the Detroit Lions going away with a dub? JB, I'll start with you.
I was not listening. What's going on?
100%. 100%. Go ahead, Chris.
100%. No, I'm kidding. I think Spencer nailed it. You know, it's the pressure outside of Aiden. It's the pressure to quarterback outside of Aiden. It's just, at this point, this Lions pass rush, we know what it is, but we need to see it, particularly in this matchup. This is a favorable matchup for them. They're going against a subpar quarterback. They should be able to perform very well. I think that's a key. And then obviously you want to highlight for that exact same reason of the quarterback play of the Green Bay Packers, highlight the secondary, and somebody on that secondary's got to make a play, whether it's Cam Sutton, whether it's Kirby, whether whoever is back there, somebody needs to make plays in the secondary, because this should not be a game. Last game, the Lions had a -3 turnover advantage. This game, they should have a 3 turnover advantage. It should be a total opposite of the last game.
Yeah, I think 2 interceptions from Love last game. I know at least 2. There may have been more, but no, I'm with you. I think the defensive line is a big part of it. I think they cashed that in on the week 4 and got the dub with it.
And this is kind of off topic, but Shift God puts it, uniforms go hard. And do you like the throwback uniforms? I feel like everybody loves their throwback uniforms so much, and like, they're boring.
They're very boring.
They're boring.
Yeah. I actually was literally thinking that today. It's like I saw it. I was watching Bye Bye Barry actually, and I like listen. If we could throw those blue helmets with them, sign me up. Like give me that. Like, at least spice it up a little bit, because I'm in agreement with you. They're kind of boring.
They're very boring.
They're traditional. Like, if you're a traditionalist, like, I could see you liking it from that standpoint. If you want, you can put up what they're gonna wear tomorrow. There's a patch of John Madden's gonna be on it. I don't know if that makes anything sexier for you at all.
There's not.
No.
I thought of like a Hunger Games patch when I saw that thing.
Hunger Games patch. I mean, he did invent the turducken. He didn't invent it, but
it's my district.
He put it on the map.
That's gonna be on the coin too. That the referees flip. So Madden's face on one side, and I think like a turkey on the other. So heads or tails.
It's an honor and a disrespect to be on the opposite side of a turkey. Yeah, I just feel that way. But I'm agreeing with you and Spinny. Obviously, my 2 guys were defensive linemen. I think if they are going to do any type of damage to you, it's going to be through the passing game, where obviously top of the league when it comes to run defenses. And the few success they had last time we played them was through the air. And Jordan Love's kind of gaining a little bit of chemistry with these guys. I think Jalen Reed is your guy. He's looking to probably the best out of everyone.
Yeah.
And Dobbs, one of my fantasy guys, shout out, touchdown machine.
Shout out.
But Christian Watson hasn't looked like to his capabilities. They haven't put it together, but it can be dangerous if they do. So it's on the defensive line to keep the pressure on Jordan Love and make sure he's making shitty throws. And the Detroit Lions are walking away with a dub. It's who's the key contributors on offense for
I
Lions
think this is my key contributor. The guy who I think is going to be eating that turkey leg. You see it?
I saw the comment.
Yeah, the guy who I think is going to be eating that turkey leg at the end of the night. The guy who I think is going to lead this team to victory.
Golden
and that
Gobbler.
is Jahmyr Gibbs. I think this is going to be a Jahmyr Gibbs game. Obviously, D-Mont coming back from injury in the last game. Short week. Maybe they don't want to use him as much. Maybe they don't want to give him as much run. And I feel like this is going to be a Gibbs game. He's going to go out there and eat. They're going to use him both passing and receiving. He's been over 95-plus total yards in 4 straight games. I think he gets 85-plus rushing yards, 45-plus receiving yards, and a score or 2. I think Jahmyr Gibbs goes out there, has a fantastic game. It's going to be impressive. He is going to be the guy. He is going to be eating that turkey leg at the end of the day. I think Jahmyr Gibbs has a big role, a big factor in the Lions' victory, and that is my number 1 key for the Detroit Lions offense.
Number 1. I think the running game is going to be there. You pointed out to it just with the rookie Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm going to go elsewhere. I'm going to go Jameson Williams. I want to be able to talk that talk. I want Jameson Williams fans to talk that talk. I want Jameson to talk that talk because I feel like I can hear the steps coming. I can see the steps coming. Each week by week, we're seeing the snap counts produce. Now we're starting to see him produce at a consistent trait. I know there wasn't a touchdown to go with it 2 weeks ago, but a few catches that you're like, okay, he's on the stat sheet. He's on the board. I want him to be able to talk that talk because if he's talking that talk, that means he's walking the walk, and he's not walking like nobody else. He's one of the fastest players in the league.
Yeah.
And I want to see him. He's speed walking, and I want to see that continue because I think I'm officially back on the Jameson Williams bandwagon where he is. He's gonna be the first round pick he was chosen to be. I think he has the capabilities, and it's up on our end. Somebody else's end. I'm not gonna say because haters in the building, but it's up on the Detroit Lions offense to complete that and get Jameson Williams a ball in those situations. I think JMO could be a big benefactor yet both tomorrow and for days to come.
Yeah. My number 2, my guy that I think is going to be the second most important part of the Lions offense securing this victory is David Montgomery. I think it's going to be these 2 guys. The Lions are going to get up early. They're going to get out to a 2-score lead in the first half, and they are going to run the ball down the Packers' throat the rest of the game. They are going to, like I said, our good is better than your good. And it's not even the Packers' good. The Packers suck at stopping the run. And the Lions have the best run game in the NFL. They're going to go out there. They're going to jam the ball down the Packers' throat. David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs. You're going to see some big runs, chunk plays, eat the clop. Eat the cock. That's a new Thanksgiving food. If you guys haven't heard of it, clop. It's pretty good. Eat the clop.
It's a new turducken.
Yeah, turducken. It's clop. It's cow and plop. The Lions are going to go out there. They're going to run the ball. They're going to run the ball, smash mouth football, and they're going to win this game. I think David Montgomery plays a big role in that as well.
By the way, I just saw James Robinson moved up to the Green Bay Packers. If you guys saw some people question what they're going to do, who's going to run the ball for him if Dylan's hurt and Aaron Jones is out. But I addressed them. Haters in the building. And I want the haters to come to this show Friday at 5 p.m. earlier than that. I want because we get the thumbnail up, the stream's live. You can still comment before the show's going. I want the haters in the building. I want you guys talking your shit. I'm talking to you golf gobblers. I want you guys to be able to come in Friday and tell me to shut the fuck up because Jared Goff had himself a game and a much-needed bounce-back game after last week. Although he did come back and help lead the drive down to win the game ultimately. He had a nice 30-plus touchdown. Two great drives. 30-plus touchdown to Jameson Williams, so I'm actually see a little something out of too. I want to see Goff. I want to, just like Spinny said, I like the run game is there. Mm-hmm. This is an embarrassment of riches. The amount of things that we had to work with here. Jameson Williams, I think, is going to come on to. Amon-Ra St. Brown, we're very proud of. I think everyone's very proud of Sam Laporta as well. Jahmyr Gibbs, Spinny's expect him to take the gobbler home.
He's eating the gobbler. He's eating the gobbler.
I think it. Listen, he's surrounded by great talent. I want to see Goff be great against his Green Bay Packers team. I want you guys to come in Friday and be able to talk that talk. Chris, who you got?
Yeah, you know. An underrated kind of sneaky valuable key to this offense is going to be Amon-Ra St. Brown. No, you guys nailed it. I mean, the run game is obvious. The other kind of like bounce back candidate I'm looking at is Sam Laporta. Not that he's been terrible by any means, but I want to see a good game out of Sam Laporta. He's been underwhelming, especially considering the start that he had at the beginning of the season. These last couple games has been a little bit underwhelming. So I'm looking for him to have a good game. I think he can. I think the run game is going to open up a lot, and then like you said, J-Mo, I'm glad you point out him too, because I think that J-Mo deep threat is going to be now a consistent threat. Mm-hmm. The Lions have been trying to work it to a consistent threat, and I think now it's starting to get there. So I think that's going to open up as we see the middle a lot, and guys like Sam Laporta are going to eat.
I mean, the fact that you talk about the drives they made last week, but Jared Goff and Jameson Williams, 32-plus touchdown they connected on. Like, to go to him in that moment or drop that play for him in that moment, again, this team, this offense coordinator, and both the quarterback who decides to throw the ball or who he's going to throw the ball to, they're gaining confidence in this kid. Mm-hmm. And I think he's been doing all the right things. I mean, once upon a time, to defend J-Mo, we were up here talking about his blocking abilities, which is still a phenomenal trait, but it just shows you how he's never had his head down throughout the situation. He's been grinding and busting his ass off to provide you with some of the things we've seen the past couple of weeks. And again, I don't know if it'll be consistent enough to be like a Tyreek Hill. I really don't. But I think Deshaun Jackson's in the conversation, and those are like key contributors. I think Devontae Smith is in the conversation of like pieces he can give you. I like Jameson Williams. And then the Packers defense, they have that weird little front where it's like there's two big men. They have like the stand-up linebackers and Quay's in the middle. Like, I think they have like they do like a lot of the man coverage stuff because they want those edge rushers to do what they got to do. The guy like J-Mo can eat man coverage.
Yeah. Jay Bussey?
You're telling me that this guy's going to stop me from getting open? Like, no. Jameson Williams better eat.
No.
He better eat this Thanksgiving.
It's fair. Especially if there's no Alexander out there. Mm-hmm. Already down Darnell Savage.
Yeah.
And they traded Rasul Douglas.
Fucking facts. And I had a line, I think, today. And we're going to go over the Vegas lines at some point today, too, see how you guys feel. The over-under, I think we enjoyed that one last week.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And made some people some money, too. If you guys cashed in on that 48.5 while we had it.
Oh, yeah.
Whew. Sheesh.
Cook something up.
I wish I didn't put in a parlay I was making on Sam Laporta.
I made some nice money off of that. Jay Bussey, who's your guy on offense?
I really want to go with J-Mo on this one because, as you guys said, I feel like this is a prove-it game, prove-it scenario. It is Thanksgiving, a well-known Lions game in the city, but I'm going to have to go with Jahmyr Gibbs on this one. I think, as you said, the Lions are going to be up. I think you rest Monty for later games on in the season, and I think this is a game where you see a lot more Jahmyr Gibbs in the receiving and running game as well, too. He had a big game last weekend, so I think he follows it up with this one as well, too. So I'm taking Jahmyr Gibbs to take home that golden goblet.
What a wild award name.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat called it a gobbler yesterday, and I was like completely thrown off by it. But I could see it.
The golden gobbler.
For my
it's going to be Gibbs. I'm telling you, it's going to be Gibbs, and it's going to be Kirby Joseph.
Way to kill a segment. I'm kidding. I don't know. Did we have that one in there? I think I did.
So. Did you?
No, I think I did. I took it out for something else.
Oh. Also,
Gibbs and Kirby.
Bold prediction. I think the Lions are going to get weird in the red zone at some point in this game.
Like Montgomery.
I think we're going to see a weird touchdown in the red zone, whether it be a David Montgomery passing touchdown, whether it be a Malcolm Rodriguez touchdown, whether it be a Penei Sewell touchdown.
Tease with a Malcolm Rodriguez
I think they're going to get weird in the red zone at least once in this game, and we're going to have a weird touchdown score.
Jared Goff tush push.
That's
golden goblet at the end of the game. I'm going to go with
I've got a golden
Jared Goff and Aiden Hutchinson. What?
Like a white bread ass answer.
I mean, I think Aiden's going to eat.
That's fair.
Aiden owns the Green Bay Packers.
So does Kirby.
With defense. I'll go. Yeah, Kirby does too. Did he get picked? I don't think he got picked last game.
I don't know.
No, he didn't get his first pick until later on the season. I think Aiden has more ownership at that point. He's been a little more consistent.
Shout out to 313 Let's Eat Lions. He said, "Hey boys, I'm new to the channel. Love the content. Let's go Lions. Let's eat.
Let's go,
brother. We're gonna be eating
cheese.
We're gonna be eating cheese tomorrow."